Some they call it functional alcoholism, but if you know anything about Ben, he's got vision with precision, microphones and a tinkle of derision. You're about to hear what beer can be. It's time for Barley and me.
Welcome to Barley and Me. I'm your host, Ben Rice. This is episode 173. We're here today at New Helvetia Brewing. This is a special crossover episode with...
Live and in person from the New Helvetia Brewery. It's a Little Off the Top podcast. I'm your host, Jason.
And I'm Justin.
And we're here today with some friends.
Yeah. We're doing a little collaboration.
Yeah, it's going to be intense. I already introduced myself, Ben Rice, Barley and Me podcast. But we also have from New Helvetia Brewing,
Dave Gull.
Hey,
I
Dave.
hang out here a lot.
Yeah, you do. I see you here all the time.
Well, we have a tradition on a Little Off the Top where
We sure do.
we take a shot of Fernet.
all right, cheers.
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 Classic
Cheers.
Cheers. There we go.
Cheers.
All right.
Oh, that's good.
I've never had it before. That's
Your first time with Fernet.
Yeah, I'm not a hard alcohol
You
guy.
said that was good?
I love it.
It's like, remember Jägermeister? What if it was a little bit more refined, but still brings back the memory of...
What if we blend Scope with Jaeger
Yeah.
and then shoot it?
I like to say it's like Jaeger for adults.
Yeah.
Saff-
Right. It's a classier...
So Fernet,
Yeah.
actually, that brand of Fernet uses up like something like 90% of the world's saffron reserve.
Why? I don't...
That's just
It's
how
made
much they use.
with like
I feel a little bit of it on the back.
yeah. And it's like
Not worth it.
just in a little safe.
Not
like,
worth it. At least we're not making you shoot Malort.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, boy.
Fernet is a type of liquor, not a brand,
Okay.
which I didn't know. I took a class on it at the
Branca.
last place.
Branca is
the brand. And this one is like 5 generations old, and they have 5th generation people that work there because they love working there so much.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about that.
No.
Unless we are.
Oh, yeah, we
No.
could talk about
We
whatever.
can talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Welcome to How Is This Still a Thing?
We could talk about Superman across the street.
Yeah.
Oh, Superman's fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He let himself go.
He's back to his 1930s body. But he's...
This is my first time at New Helvetia.
Is it really?
It is.
No
Wow.
shit. There's a lot of firsts going on
That's
at this
crazy.
table.
Yeah.
Yesterday, me and Justin ran into each other here by mistake.
That's what he said.
This is I tend to come here most Fridays. I don't live on the grid, so when I'm coming down to visit my girlfriend who does, I'll normally stop in here for a couple of beers beforehand. But I've been coming here for years. I love this spot.
Yeah.
We've been seeing you here for years.
Yeah.
Please don't stop coming in. We need the business.
No, I absolutely would not stop coming in. You guys just had a bunch of construction going on out front. Did that hurt a bit?
It did not help.
Yeah.
It definitely didn't help. PG&E was replacing all the lines, the gas mains, so that we don't have a San Pablo situation
Right.
on Broadway. So ultimately, I think it's a good thing, but it was 100% disruptive to our
Yeah.
business.
Wait till they start doing the protected bike lanes.
Yeah,
in front
Complete
of you.
Streets follows up in a matter of weeks or months. I'm not sure when, but
They
it's coming
shut-
soon.
My barbershop's on J Street in between 18th and 19th. And
Just
they
straight
just
across.
randomly shut down that whole block like 3 times doing that stuff without warning.
No
Yeah, no
notification
warning.
on the
No.
door,
Yeah.
nothing
And-
like that.
And I usually get there pretty early, so I was there before they were. And then my first client would come in and say, your street's closed. I was, oh, my God. So now I have to like message everyone, like, street's
Yeah.
closed, extra
Get
time.
here early. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where they're putting the notifications up, but they're not to anybody who would care.
Right.
Like I remember at my old job, they put in a 4-way stop where there was no stop at all, like a 2-way stop on a Friday without telling anybody, and there were like 7 accidents coming out of work that day.
That sucks.
And there's like a cop sitting there just like writing tickets for running. It's like, this is brand new. It literally came in between lunch and now, you ass.
Yeah.
And then I also just got bike lanes near my house, and I was like, where?
The protected
When?
bike
why,
lanes.
When were you doing this? Why?
They're popping up everywhere. And I feel like people don't know how to park
Yeah. No.
with the protected bike
No,
lanes.
it
The other
throws you
day,
off.
I saw a car parked in the bike lane, like next to a car that was parked where they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
What? Nobody understands it.
I think
confused.
Sacramento's...
There's got to be a new channel already propping up about
Right.
bike lane fails in Sacramento.
Yeah,
No.
I feel like
think it-
Sacramento's too dumb for
I think
protected
it throws
bike
out your
lanes.
depth perception to not use the curb as the basis. Like
Right,
if you're just using
right.
like random posts, like, well, how close is that post? I know curb.
Yeah.
I don't know post.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
this is not how I usually park, so it throws you off.
I drive 19th Street every day, and where they've done that now, it's when it used to be 3 lanes, it's now 2 lanes. And that really
Yeah.
confused me this morning, actually.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm used to going into that lane, and now I can't.
Yeah.
But that's an improvement over the 1 lane it's been throughout
Yes.
construction
True.
for the last
Right,
6
for sure.
months.
Yeah.
See, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They jam it up, and then so when they take away a lane, when it opens, you don't care because you're
Right.
just happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's that right turn on 19th.
Yeah.
Off
Yeah,
J.
yeah.
I'm
Uh-huh.
like,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, I got to turn here? This is how I just continue straight, then I take my right. It's
Yeah,
like,
nobody's
no.
ever prepared for it.
No,
you know,
it's
it
just-
just causes more traffic
Yeah.
because people are trying to merge last minute.
Yeah.
Or last second, rather. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Anyway, let's just tell people what they're planning so we can anticipate it, I guess. I thought it was city planning. Like, yeah, we don't tell the city, though. We're just going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to get my show back at Sacker. They're like, well, the city's going to start to, like, rebuilding the building next door at some point, and they won't tell us when, so we don't want to bring it back because we have to shut it down immediately. And I'm just like,
that's a
What
bummer.
show is that?
I have a comedy show that I do at Sackyard
Oh.
in the summers.
Were you doing one up in Auburn at Crooked Lane for
Yeah.
a while?
Yeah, I still do.
Yeah. Do you? Okay.
Yeah, it's still seasonal because they have those big-ass bay windows, so we do it in the
Oh, it
winter.
gets super hot in there, huh?
Yeah, well, it's just too bright at
Yeah.
any time of day
Right.
that they're open.
Is it an
Winter.
open mic situation?
no.
Comedy's supposed to be done in dark rooms.
Yeah, it's
you know?
dark, and it's like my highest level comedy show.
Preferably
like,
windowless.
national
Yeah,
headliner.
absolutely. It's got to be like a old casino, you know, like in
Yeah.
a basement.
Preferably a place where like maybe someone possibly died in that room.
Yeah, yeah.
you
Ghosts. You need ghosts.
Yeah, yeah.
Not bombing died, just
Yeah.
died
Yeah.
in
Literally
the
died.
literal sense.
On
Loss of
our
life.
goals for the 2023 podcast, well, no, we did Mount 2022 more, and then we did a resolution.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh boy, well, it makes
But
it be hard to stick to. If you can't
my
remember.
resolution was I want
Did
to
we do that?
one open mic stand up routine
Oh, yeah, that's right.
this year.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Go to the comedy spot. I used to do it there.
I got my
Stabs
pitch.
right
Stab,
there.
right? Two
That's
doors
true,
down.
Yeah. Actually, my buddy Jason, he called in for our anniversary episode, and he was, like made it sound like he was trying to buy drugs. He is part of the Van Full of Candy radio show that they do out of there. It's very funny, so you should check that out. It's available on podcast platforms, but they actually broadcast a radio station out of that
Yeah,
spot. It's really cool.
Pirate radio.
Yeah, kind of.
kind of.
Super low frequency, like you have to get past Auburn if you're coming from Carmichael or
Oh,
past
like
Arden.
actual radio.
Yeah,
like
yeah, terrestrial
FM.
radio.
Oh, wow.
103.1.
Wow,
Yeah.
the stab.
How long has New Helvetia been in this location?
Our entire existence, which started in 2012 to the public, and we just celebrated our 10th anniversary, approaching our 11th,
Hell yeah.
coming Thanksgiving this year.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, and I see you've got your collab back on from
Oh,
the
the
10th
Saint?
anniversary.
The Saint?
The Saint Special
Yeah.
Ale.
Yeah, we made a lot of it, and
And people are like,
thankfully, it's one of those beers that
keep
can
on.
age very well over time. It's not super hoppy. All of our hoppy stuff went really quickly.
Yeah.
And the Saint, if you're a Sacramento beer nerd like I am, Rubicon Brewing made a fantastic beer called Rosebud.
I missed that beer so
Way,
much.
way back in
I
the
missed
day.
that. Oh, it was so good.
And so for this collab, we collabed with Alaro, and Chris Keaton is the head brewer there.
He was the head brewer for Rubicon.
And he was the
too, right?
Rubicon
Yeah.
head brewer. And so we brought back that recipe, and
Oh, that's the same recipe.
we didn't want to name it
Rosebud.
Rosebud.
Wow, okay.
And so one of Jerry Garcia's other guitars, so Rosebud is the name of one of Jerry's guitars.
I always thought it was a
Oh, I thought
reference
it
to
was
Citizen
the
Kane.
sled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Well, consider who named it.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah,
So the Saint was another of the guitars. So we're keeping it in that same family of inspiration.
That's cool. I like
yeah.
that.
Well, question. I know you might not know this. Did Highwater get the rights when they bought?
I do believe they
Sacramento?
have the Monkey Knife Fight brand.
Would they also
I
get
heard that-
Rosebud? Because Highwater's
Oh,
owner is
shit.
a giant deadhead, so he would probably remake that.
Oh, totally. Yeah, Steve over
Steve would
at
absolutely
yeah.
make that beer again if he
Yeah,
has the rights
Interesting.
to it.
I heard they just
If-
bought
if
the
they
name.
did, I'm
I
not
heard-
sure.
I heard they didn't actually buy the recipe for Monkey Knife Fight. They just bought the name,
Oh,
which is why they do like a Monkey
Hazy.
Knife Fight hazy and a pale and
Yeah.
an IPA.
Well, Tower started doing that.
Tower, that's the-
Oh,
before,
sure. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
before
Okay.
Highwater took it over.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they bought the rights to other
That's right.
beers.
I forgot
within
they
the
changed
Rubicon profile
again.
or not.
So when Glenn was still the owner of Rubicon,
Yeah.
and this was in our very early days as a brewery, and Rubicon had already been around for 20 plus years. Track 7 is about a year older than us. Ryan from Track 7, Glenn from Rubicon, and me, we were invited to speak to a bunch of distributors at Rayleigh Field.
Okay.
And then it was like the family that owns the River Cats and sponsors and whoever. It was like a who's who of people with money in Sacramento. And I was somehow the entertainment, I guess. Glenn talks about how this brand of his at Rubicon, Monkey Knife Fight, is really catching on, and they're getting massive distribution. And at that time, it was DBI distributing. They're putting it all over Northern California and beyond. And it was my turn to speak, and I get a little intro about New Helvetia, and then I go, I should probably tell you this, Glenn. I didn't check in with you earlier, but we're coming out with a new beer brand called Gorilla Gunfight. The room went silent until they realized I was obviously joking, and it landed. I'm surprised it landed.
Yeah.
That's fun. I like it.
Yeah, great. That would be. I think that should happen.
Yeah.
You should make that. It's just to make sure you completely avoid a guerrilla gun battle. Just to make sure you really get
just
away from all the
change
words.
that last word just a little bit more.
It's like plausible deniability.
Gotcha. Duel?
Yeah.
Gorilla Gun Duel?
Ooh, I like that.
I was listening to your last episode.
Oh, from 15 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it made me have a
Predated
question.
podcast.
And I could ask him that. Because the brewery you were talking to, he was talking about making, I can't remember what they're called, session beers?
Yeah.
Which are lower
You're
alcohol.
supposed to be able to just drink them all day.
My question is, how do you know how much alcohol is in there? Like, how do you measure that?
We make it up and guess.
Oh, that's what I figured.
It's completely, there's no science involved in brewing whatsoever.
Not at all.
We just completely are.
It's all sanitation.
Top of our head.
Yeah, you're right. You're just you just clean it out, and you're like, I think we left enough residue to make 4.5. It's like we started at 100% alcohol, cleaned it a bunch. We think it's down to 10.2.
Recently, I found out the way they find out how much calories something has is they burn it, like with fire. And like, how long?
Is that real?
I think so. Yeah.
It's also how you determine if someone's a witch.
Yes.
And how many
I thought
calories
you were
are in
supposed
them
to
when
throw
you do
them in
it?
the river. Tie them up
Like,
and throw them in the river. If they
Then you do
float,
the math, like how many calories do you need per day? Well, how many calories do we get when we burned them?
Because like how long it takes to burn determines how many calories are in it.
interesting. Huh.
Yeah, but how do you
'Cause it is a
figure it
unit
out
of
for
energy.
like beer?
Okay. It really is science. So
Yeah.
we start with.
I'm sorry for all of your listeners because I'm sure they already know. But
Yeah.
No, not all of them. I like to be the very casual beer podcast.
Okay. All right.
We're measuring sugar content in the beer ultimately.
Oh, okay.
And alcohol is a form of sugar, and you have an original gravity and a final gravity, and you can do some math that gives you a reading on your alcohol. There's also some instruments we can use, like hydrometers, that allow us to just look and see what it tells us, and those are pretty close approximations of what the final alcohol content is. So we test.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I figured you did. I wasn't sure how that test works.
Yeah. We're also required to by law. So
Yeah,
right.
Compliance.
Yeah. Unless you're 450 North, in which case you can kind of just make a number up and
Or
go.
are they a little shady over there?
Because it re-ferments in the can, the numbers aren't
Oh,
right.
interesting.
there's truth to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of the new brewing styles that are,
Yeah.
the
Slushies,
milkshake.
yeah, milkshakes,
fruited.
They tend to re-ferment if you let them sit
Yeah.
long enough, so the ABV
Interesting.
changes.
Huh.
One of my hobbies is I like to go onto the Sacramento photo archives. and just
Oh, that's right. You probably love the decor in here.
Look at all those,
Yeah.
right? And like I type in just like all the time. Like I try to think of new words to type in to search stuff.
He started with Old Sacramento and then just got current pictures of Old Sacramento and then refined it from there.
It's like old Sacramento.
You got to be
Original-
careful when you're
original
Google searching
Sacramento.
old sack.
yeah.
Some unsavory
Oh, yeah.
stuff might pop up.
Lemonparty.com.
One of the things I put in one time was cleaners. So this place popped up.
Yeah.
Because this used to be a cleaners.
Boyle Brothers.
And that sign is so cool.
Yeah.
That's the
You still
location
have
that we're at
the-
right now. Is
The
what
stanchion
he's
for
showing
that is
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
but the sign is long gone.
So because so that remember I sent it to you when you
Oh,
were
yeah,
here
you
one
did.
time. And that like awning.
We'll put it in the
Super
on our
cool.
socials. I don't know.
Yeah. I was wondering,
Smash that like button.
because of the
Click the links.
frame is out there. Can you still put a sign out there if you wanted to, or
So we've been down this road a lot with the city of Sacramento, who permits such things, and we're allowed to do a historical recreation of that sign.
But you can't put your own sign.
But like it would have to like
look like that?
be
but
approved as a historic replication almost. We can change the lettering and
Okay,
the
cool.
message on it.
Yeah.
I mean, Boyle Brothers cleaners wouldn't really make sense for us to put up here.
I mean, you're boiling. You got a brother.
Right.
I don't know if you have a brother.
Yeah.
And then you got to clean those tanks, like you
True.
already mentioned. So
Right,
it all
right.
fits.
If you,
as long as
if
you
you
have a
don't
brother.
clean
If you
it,
don't
is
have a
that just
brother-
open fermentation, natural fermentation?
You got to clean
Well,
it. Yeah,
that happens.
so a new
Yeah.
version of it. Yeah, I'm recycling this yeast.
Yeah.
Open fermentation requires a lot of cleaning, by the way.
Does it really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's just saying if you didn't clean it, could you claim open fermentation as the way?
Oh,
that
you could lie all you want about your
Yeah.
beer brewing
Yeah, yeah.
process.
Yeah,
And people do.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's a pretty cool sign, and we've been trying to get some sort of sign put into this building for years, and this building is a historic landmark for the city of Sacramento, so it presents some opportunity, but also a lot of restrictions, and it makes it a little difficult to make it happen. Besides, they cost a lot of money, and we're a skin of our teeth kind of brewery, just trying to make it in the world.
Yeah.
We used to start a podcast here because we rake in all the dough with this podcast.
Yeah.
It pays all my bills.
That's the only
That
reason
bike
I'm
you
doing
rode
it.
in on looked like it's a higher end Walmart bike.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't know what your monthly expenses are, but I'm clearing $4.50 a month. So
You're almost into the dozens.
I can
Congrats.
almost buy one beer every month from the proceeds.
People ask me all the time, like, how much money do you make from podcasting? I'm like, no, we lose money.
Yeah,
We actually-
hemorrhaging.
we banked the first year probably about $20 using Anchor.fm,
Wow.
which isn't a thing anymore.
No.
Right,
It's now Spotify.
Podcasts.
Spotify
for podcasters. It's the same website, but they
Also, it's not
they
the same
cleared
website.
out
you
our
gotta,
funds.
You got to log in a different spot, and it's
They-
like
they
it never lets you do it easily. Like they're trying to push you to their
Yeah.
other high
Right.
premium thing. Like it's for free, fucker.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm doing.
They took our $20. So,
They did? We didn't even get it?
We didn't even get
Didn't
it.
even get it. Processing fees.
So I don't know this world that you guys are in. I make beer. You
Neither
make
do we.
podcasts.
No, nobody
we
knows.
don't
it.
know.
But there's some you monetize this somehow. There has to be some method for
No,
it, right?
Nope,
No,
we're all
it's
dumb.
love.
We just it's just
Passion.
it turns out it's like I tell people about
Well,
comedy.
the podcasts that are out there making, getting
of
wide distribution, how are they monetizing it? Is it just advertising
Advertising.
revenue the same as everything else?
ads, live shows,
Unfortunately, the people that pay for ads want you to have listeners.
merch. Yeah, first.
And that's
Okay.
what we're sort of lacking.
Yes.
We have
Well,
we have
I'm
a
here
very
to help.
small base.
Yeah.
We don't know marketing.
Yeah.
We put out consistently a new podcast every week for the last 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
But beyond that, we don't know how to get people to listen to it.
No idea.
We have these stickers right now that we just
Oh, I have stickers.
Oh.
Yeah, I got
printed
QR,
up. That have a
QR
QR
codes.
code
stickers.
that takes you straight to our Spotify.
Have you tried sign spinners on the corner?
Oh, no.
Podcast here.
Yeah. Have you tried quitting your job and being a sign spinner in the hopes that it'll get enough listens?
Honestly, I'm not
Get
too
you
far away from
traction.
doing that.
Nice.
No, Justin just got a promotion. He's he's big time now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got.
how does that work? What does a promotion entail in your industry?
So I'm not a full-time barber anymore.
All right.
I only cut on Saturdays. I've got a Monday through Friday job.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm selling plumbing supplies.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, very glamorous.
AKA porn star.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm laying pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a barbering podcast that doesn't talk about barbering.
Not at all.
Yeah. So I have a question about barbering, just because of the fact I had an unfortunate hair incident recently.
I remember you posting about that on Instagram.
Yes. So I went to my usual spot. My
Which
usual
is-
person
Do you
was
want to call
not
it out?
there.
You want to shout him out?
The garage.
Oh,
place.
Jimmy's Barber.
Yeah, Jimmy's hair garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my
up.
usual person wasn't there. And they're like, oh, this other person's here. They had to go home early. So, like, is this person cool? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Whatever. They're all professionals.
Yeah.
And so you guys have the cards that say what I usually get, right? Generally speaking. There's like
No.
a, no? All
That's
right.
all. I just keep it up here.
Keep it up there, right? But my
Yep.
person wasn't there, right? So I'd ordered a shortcut. And I'm like, yeah, just two all around. And then just keep it short. And then he buzzed my head.
He did
Because
two
he
up top
thought,
too.
yeah, two on top
Yeah.
too. Because all around he took his all, and he's like two all over. I'm like,
You
yeah.
did say two all around?
I said all around, and he said two all over.
Now,
and I
see-
think that's where we hit.
See,
The
if you
impasse.
told me that, I'd never cut your hair.
Right.
I would check 3 times.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You want the whole thing of number 2, correct?
The whole thing, top and bottom.
Top and bottom.
Top
And you'd be like,
sides.
no, just the sides.
Just
And
the
I'm
sides,
like,
right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I assumed that we were on the same because he did not clarify. I'm like, we must be speaking the same language. He does this all the time. I do this once every 7 months.
Yeah.
So he's got to know. And I'm just sitting there having a good time, and then all of a sudden I see this thing come over the top of my head. I'm like, well,
Oh,
I
there
guess
that
that's I
goes.
can't stop him. I can't put it back
There
on.
are
This is
barbers that just their
who I am.
consultation is where they're lacking. You know,
Yeah.
like they're skilled at cutting hair, but they just need to ask more questions.
Right.
And
So
figure
do you
out
think
what
I was in the
customer
wrong for
actually
saying
wants.
two all around?
I
Do you think that-
I think
Two
the
on the
I think the
sides?
barber was wrong in not clarifying, especially if it was their first time cutting your hair.
And also, I'd go out on a limb and say that that's not a barber that works there.
You think probably cosmetologist?
for
yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm. Were you facing the mirror?
Yeah, were you facing the mirror or away from the mirror?
I was facing the mirror.
Okay, yeah, probably cosmetologist.
Yeah.
It was an unfortunate incident, but I think he realized his mistake. He's like, "Oh, I'm not going to charge you for what you put down here for this, and I'm going to charge you for the cheaper thing." I think he realized it.
For
He's
sure,
like,
yeah.
Shit.
Hey, dumb beer guy question over here. What's the difference between a cosmetologist and a barber? Because I don't know.
It's
Well, technically speaking, with the licenses, we can use razors like on the face, and they can't. And then they do nails and esthetician work, and we don't. But we are licensed
we
to
can
do color.
do a little bit of skin. We could do like a facial if we
like a
wanted
rest
to.
facial.
Yeah.
We could do color. We could roll a perm. So literally, it's just like
In order to get our license,
they can
we had
wax.
to roll
They can wax.
Yeah. Okay.
But typically, cosmetologists aren't usually trained in men's hair. Like when you go to cosmetology school, maybe it's a week long.
Yeah.
So they're not always as well versed in that.
Yeah.
And what's the difference between a cosmetologist and an astronomer?
An astronomer is the one that tells the weather, right?
About-
There's an and then which one's the astrologist?
About 100 IQ points. We're not known for being smart in my industry.
Yeah.
You don't do this because you had a lot of other options.
Right.
So is Neil deGrasse Tyson also a cosmetologist?
He's a cosmologist.
Yeah.
But he needs a good barber though. I'll tell you that.
Oh boy. And he also needs to get back in his lane. I don't know what he's doing lately. It's like this isn't real science. Like we all know that, dude. You can calm down.
Yeah.
No one went to
Yeah.
Gravity thinking this was going to be exactly.
Oh yeah,
how
when he came out,
and he just keeps doing it now. But like every sci-fi movie, like, dude, this isn't what we needed you for. We needed you here to like save us from like ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't need your review of movies that are escapism.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I listened to an interview with him, and it was funny because like the person who was interviewing him kept like asking him questions, and then he would just like steamroll that person and then just talk about whatever he wanted to talk about. It was not an interview at all. It was just a monologue from Neil deGrasse Tyson.
those are the best interviews. I think.
Yeah, right. You just sit back and
Sounds like he'll be running for politics at some point.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, and,
I
but
wouldn't be
we all
mad
know
at
we don't
that.
like scientists, so
What if it was him and Bill Nye the Science Guy running against each other
Oh,
for
shit.
like some sort of
put 'em on the
city
same
council?
ticket.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go.
If they're running against each other, who are you voting for?
I'm going Neil deGrasse Tyson. Just because he was a wrestler in high school, so I feel like he could take someone out if he. I mean, in college and in
When
high
does
school.
the president ever have to take someone out?
you
I
never know.
don't- I don't know.
There's Air Force One.
Yeah.
had to do
that's
it?
True.
Yeah.
Most
There's-
movies and
there
TV
was
shows.
the president that dueled a bunch of people. Who was
Yeah.
that?
Burr?
That was the
No.
vice
He,
president.
he wasn't
Was
a
he the
president.
vice president? Okay.
I-
Politics are not my strong suit.
No.
Yeah.
Neither is history.
No.
That's why I became a barber.
Yeah. But I'll just say I will vote for Bill Nye
Me too.
as a
Yeah.
former Seattleite, where
Oh, there
he's
you go.
from, and also if you haven't seen it, Almost Live, which was their Saturday Night Live takeoff sketch thing in
Oh,
Seattle.
I haven't seen that.
Speedwalker is the greatest superhero of all time, and that's played by Bill Nye.
All right, I love it.
I'm voting for Neil.
Yeah.
I'm
Man,
Team
we
Neil.
are split
Even
down the
split
middle.
down the middle.
Holy
This
shit.
is very American of
Yeah,
us.
it is.
And my reasons are not based on anything that he's doing as far as his decision making. I'm just like,
Just
I'm from
like the
Seattle, he's from
American
Seattle.
voter.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
just remember watching him when
Yeah, I
the
like him
teacher
on
was
TV.
sick when I was in school. You know, like
Speaking of Seattle, hands down, my favorite biscuits and gravy I've ever had in my life.
Okay, where?
Biscuit bitch.
Okay. Oh, you know what? We got in line there, and it was a 3-hour
yeah.
wait, and we had to go
It
home
worth
that
it.
day, so we
Worth
skipped it.
it.
and we went around the corner to a very cool spot.
is
Prosky?
I don't remember what it was.
didn't Biscuit Bitch start in Southern California though?
No.
It
That's
started
egg
in
Oh, no,
Seattle?
sorry. I was
Oh,
going to
that's
Egg
excellent.
Slut.
Okay.
Sorry, I was going to Egg Slut, not to
Egg
be
Slut,
confused with
yeah.
Biscuit Bitch.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Biscuit bitch is the best. And like their closed sign says bitch we closed.
Oh, that's
Nice.
fun.
But
I
their
like that
biscuits and
restaurant
gravy,
just based on their sign.
it was biscuit, gravy, cheese, some sort of like hot link, jalapenos, cheddar cheese, and bacon bits.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, it
now,
sounds
hold
good.
on.
I'll be there in a
I
month.
gotta stop in a
and we're going
second.
back.
What kind of gravy was it?
White gravy.
Was it
Like chunk-
bacon-based gravy, or was it a sausage
I
gravy?
think it was sausage based.
I like a sausage
If it's a
gravy.
bacon gravy, I don't want anything to do
I don't
with
think
it.
I've ever had a bacon gravy
Because it's disgusting, and
It
no one
sounds
should ever
weird.
do it. And yet people do it all the time.
So you
People change
start
their
it with the
gravy.
bacon fat, and then you mix in your flour, and
Yeah, and
then-
it's fucking too salty and gross. It's
Yeah.
weird texture. I don't like it. And all these restaurants keep changing the bacon gravy,
Oh my
and I
God.
stopped going because I'm like, fuck you. This is not how biscuits and gravy goes.
right.
I'm gonna take a drink on this.
Yeah, sorry. Also,
Is
one
it-
time
is it
somebody
salty?
did a spinach gravy one time without putting it on the menu. I'm like,
Wait, what?
a spinach gravy?
That's what I thought you said.
And I'm like, excuse me,
How do you get the fat out of spinach?
You need to. I think it's just butter.
That's the
Do I
point
look
of gravy.
Popeye?
Then it's just
I don't know. And I was like, you need to put this on your menu. You can't serve me this.
Right.
I've been hoodwinked.
Yeah.
I was just in Reno, and I went to a biscuit restaurant there called Pine State Biscuit Company, and they had
Yeah,
two
I've heard
options: sausage gravy or shiitake mushroom gravy.
Okay.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm always
Sausage
gonna,
gravy. It was
sausage gravy all
so
the time.
good.
Yeah.
That place is good. You
Yeah.
been there?
Yeah, there's a couple in Portland. That's where I started,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think. Yeah, super good.
Have you guys ever used a baking soda toothpaste?
Yeah.
was I
What's that
born
one
in
that
the-
was popular when you were a kid? That had the
Was I born in the 20s?
the hydrogen peroxide.
It's
Is
old
this the same
thing,
thing
right?
as like rubbing the crystals in your armpit as a deodorant?
No, I tried it the other day for the first time. I ran out of toothpaste. My girlfriend had toothpaste. I used hers, and she uses a baking soda toothpaste, and it tasted like salty. Like I felt like I was brushing my teeth with salt.
Was it Mentadent that had that little thing in the 90s? There's
I don't
there's
know.
like a brand
The
that was
pump?
like
I remember
the
that pump. Yeah.
Yeah, that was baking soda.
Was
based.
it?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out you can skip the teeth brushing all together and just gargle with Fernet.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
fuck, dude.
Oh,
You just
dude, I
won me over.
wish. Yeah, no, the baking soda, it's jizz flavored.
It's
toothpaste.
gross.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I was fine with it as a kid.
It's funny what gargle brings about in the conversation.
Dude, I was watching her like put labels on the cans. Dude, I'm into that.
And by hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, like
That's a
crowlers.
fat
That's where the
boy
craft
can,
part
too.
of craft brewing comes from.
Yeah. There's an art to it. Because if she
DIY.
messes that up, she's got to throw the whole can away. And that's so much money.
She's like, why are you watching me?
60 cents a label,
Oh, boy.
75 cents
Oh,
a can.
shit.
We're not letting that thing go.
Yeah.
We're gonna iron that label onto that can.
What size is that? 32?
Those are 32s, yeah.
She just,
And
she's
you're
like, oh, no.
you're off the grid. You can do 40s, right?
No, we can't.
No?
No.
They do at Tower Liquor Store though. I
The,
thought off the
do
grid
they?
you were good.
Okay, we're getting into some weird
let's do it.
geographical city of Sacramento
Hobo laws, anti-hobo laws.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
City Council
Classic
SAC
Sacramento.
PD ordinance talk.
Just-
And do you want to lose audience? Because that's what this is going to do.
Let's bring it up. You know, my podcast has already lost enough members because everybody here
But
is in for it.
sorry, Evan, you can't listen anymore.
Everybody who listens to this podcast, my podcast, is in for this because I've kicked out everybody that isn't.
There is a single bottle ordinance on the grid that is kind of archaic, and it's meant to keep, at the time, I think it might be even be in the code, vagrants from drinking in front of liquor stores. So liquor stores weren't allowed to sell 40s, and 40s were only sold as singles. Well, then along comes craft beer in the, late 90s, early 2000s, and our format was 22-ounce bottles. And the law didn't distinguish between a 22-ounce bottle and a 40-ounce bottle.
Yeah, Rubicon used to do 22-ounce bottles.
Yeah, everybody
Everybody
did, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was it wasn't a great single
Right.
No.
because you had to drink
22
two beers at
ounces?
once essentially.
Oh, it's not a problem for all of us.
And we don't all like to share. You
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
drink your bottle of
And
beer.
sometimes
and-
you drink 2 abysses in a night because your girlfriend broke up with you, and it's a good night. It's not a good night. It's a bad night.
Yeah, so somehow there's some map of the city of Sacramento that is mostly the grid, and it says if you're on this side of Broadway, you can sell a 40. If you're on the other side of Broadway, you can't sell a 40.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And I still don't know what that map looks like. I've been doing this for 10 years, and I
It's
don't
just been
understand.
gerrymandered into oblivion.
Yeah.
You can't sell airplane bottles on the grid either. That's why
Yeah.
Bevmo on J Street,
Nips.
you can't
Yeah.
get that.
The little samplers things or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always liked.
I always
speaking
forget,
of
and I come
single
down, I
bottles-
grab one bottle, and I'm like, you can't do that.
Can't
Like,
do it,
God
yeah.
damn, I don't want 2 bottles of beer
Right.
right now. I would like 1.
I always liked.
So I want to sit at the
Lagunitas-
curb and drink it.
Yeah, I'm trying to sit on the curb and drink. Good point. They're probably like, you know what? That's why we have this. We knew what you were going to do with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You're right. I was going to go to a park and drink this. You're correct.
I don't remember what beer it was, but it was like a annual release that Lagunitas did. I think it was around Christmas time.
Waldo.
Not
No,
the
that's
Waldo.
the 420.
That's the
420.
yeah, yeah.
You got to get
the Christmas one. It came in a
it's like
32.
super malty. Oh God, I
It was,
forget.
it was like a
Claus.
special ale.
Yeah.
and it had like a little Santa Claus dressed
Claus.
star
Yeah.
on the front of it.
brown
but-
sugar. Is it brown sugar?
No, I
Or
think
is
that's
the
a
other one?
standard. I can't remember what it was
Yeah.
called, but it came in a 32-ounce bottle, and I was like, "That's a choice."
Yeah.
and I like it because like a 40 is a lot for a craft beer, especially.
It'll get warm before you get
For
to
sure.
the bottom.
I feel like a 32 is, it's a step above a 22. It's like if you want one beer, but you want maybe just a little bit more than a
Right.
22, it's perfect. Love the 32s.
It's 2 pints.
Speaking of beer, what's everybody drinking?
Oh boy.
I started with the Thunder Beast, but I think I'm moving on to the Jet Ski.
And I started with the jet ski, and I'm moving on to the Malty Balls, malted milk ball stout.
Oh,
I-
kind of
that is
Christmassy.
a good one. I do
Yeah,
like that one.
that's why I got it. I was like, oh, this. I feel like I should get that now. It's in front of the topic.
Also, there's this whole idea that stouts are not to be drunk in the summertime, and I highly
I'm
disagree.
doing summer stouts. Hashtag summer stouts.
Ooh.
Hashtag summer stouts. I like it.
That's
Yeah.
Because I have
That's a
no money
brave
left
hat.
to buy new beers, and I have all these stouts. Because my girlfriend was pregnant, so I wasn't drinking as much, and she doesn't drink stouts to begin with, so I have like 900 stouts just lying around. I'm like, well, I have no other beer, so I
Yeah.
guess summer stouts it
Yeah.
is.
Humble brag. I have a girlfriend.
And a baby.
I cut her hair one time.
Yeah, you
And
did,
it
at my
was-
recommendation.
It was a huge endeavor.
yeah.
It
I was
was-
like, he's getting his licensing. He'll be
Yeah,
great.
I was in barber school.
Yeah.
In school for short men's haircuts.
Yep, and I'm like, here.
And she was living out of town at the time.
Yeah, she's in Chico.
She was in Chico, so she comes down, and she was coming down to like have a weekend with you.
Yeah.
And you guys had dinner planned, and I was thrown the curveball of doing women's hair,
Very curly.
very
kinky.
curly. I had to pick it out. I had to straighten it. And I didn't have any. That was the first time I had done any of it.
Yeah,
I think she was in the chair for 6 hours.
Yeah, that's about right.
And I felt horrible. I still feel horrible about it.
She felt horrible for you. She's like, I'm so sorry. I did.
I mean, all I had done up to that point were like, fuck, buzz cuts, like 2 all around, like that's all I had done. And so I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. There were teachers coming over trying to help me, and it seemed like they didn't know what they were doing. So I feel horrible.
She felt so bad for you. She's like, I
I
threw him
mean,
into the deep end.
It's fine. It's fine.
Let's sink or swim, fucker.
I'm still kind of cutting hair. I didn't quit because of her.
But it certainly was like, maybe.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that I had the experience, and I'm glad that I can say that I've cut your girlfriend's hair.
Yeah.
She was like, she kept looking at her watch, and she's like, I'm going to be late for dinner. And I was like, oh my God, I felt so bad.
That sounds like her.
Do you remember where you guys went to dinner that night?
No.
No, okay.
Not at all.
That was a long shot.
I have
That was
no
a long.
idea.
It was a long time
I'm
ago.
like, there's so many places we've gone to dinner.
Yeah. So she is local now, though, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, so when you have a kid together, you probably live near each other or something.
That's true, yeah.
We bought a house. It's fine. We did a
Nice.
whole bunch of stuff.
With an orchard in the backyard.
Yeah, whole orchard right there.
When you gonna pop the question?
Never.
Against the institution of marriage.
Yeah, that's me.
Is it just you, or is that her, too?
It was both of us at one point.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what you're doing.
I hear
We're
what
now
you're
planning.
saying.
Well, she's back in school now, so she's planning on staying. Do you say single? It seems weird to say single when we're like, it's been 8 years.
When you're talking to the government,
Yeah,
single?
we're single per tax purposes
Sure.
until she's in grad school because she can get way more grants that way.
Oh, okay.
So once she gets the grants, then we'll maybe
For sure.
maybe do it.
Gotcha.
Work in the system. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta.
I was.
So that will change
sounds like
tonight.
delaying
Now that I
the
said it out loud,
decision to me.
Yeah.
She'll make a comment tonight about how we should do it because I mentioned it on this. So
I was in an illegal domestic partnership.
those changed when they changed the gay marriage law. They changed the requirement for domestic partnerships to being together till you're like for like
4
30
legs
years.
or 2?
What? Yeah, I didn't know that we did it illegal though. My wife and I, we were engaged, and it was time for her to renew benefits at work. And I'm a barber; I have no benefits. And we saw in there
That's
that
why I
domestic
sell plumbing
partners,
supplies now.
the domestic partner can get it. So I was like, "Fuck it, let's do that."
Yeah.
We go to the Secretary of State office. Both of us
Secretary of
yeah.
State.
Secretary.
Both of us go there. We go to the notary. We get all taken care of. We go, boom, done. We're domestic partners. We started getting a lot of like LGBTQ mail.
Yes.
I'm like, this is interesting. Like, why are we getting all this mail now? And then someone told me like something about domestic partnership being same sex. I was like, let me look this up.
It's not.
Yeah.
No, at the time it was.
At the time it was, yeah.
This was before gay marriage was legal. So it was 62 and over or same sex. And I'm like,
Yeah.
we just committed fraud. Like, big-time insurance fraud.
However, at least 3 government agencies signed off on this for
That's
you.
the thing.
So
No one
saw
signed
I don't
us.
think
In
you
your
did
face.
anything wrong.
We immediately went to her HR and was like,
Hey.
check this out.
How is this the first time I've heard this story? I felt like I've known all of your stories. I've never heard
great.
this before.
Yeah, so we were like, check this out. We're engaged. We became domestic partners. We didn't know we were frauding you guys.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, you guys are getting married less than a year, so just stay on the insurance. It's all good. Thanks for telling us. But I was like, we're going to go to jail.
Yeah.
I thought for sure.
Yeah, it didn't used to be that way. It used to be 7 years cohabitating. But when they passed the gay marriage law, they changed it to like, if you're not gay, you have to be like 62. Yeah, it was like an insane, and you have to be together for like 12 years or some garbage. Like, why did they write this into the law? What a weird fucking thing to add in as like a flyer.
That is weird.
So, yeah. So that's like the most illegal thing I've ever done.
Yeah, no, because I looked into it. I was like, well, we're at the point where we could do that. I'm like, wait, why is it like this? Like, oh, that changed when that happened. Like, why?
But
why did they rewrite it like that?
Jason, I suddenly feel very uncomfortable sitting this close to you.
You should. I mean, see if there's any white vans out there
Yeah.
with the windows up.
Your
Found the
marriage
loophole.
fraud.
I know.
Oh my God.
But then in between the time that happened and we got married, gay marriage became legal. So then
It's a
it probably
weird,
changed anyway.
like timeline. Holy shit.
Yeah. I'm old.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Am I the oldest one here?
Probably.
Dave probably wins this battle.
48.
Yeah.
All right. Well, dude, this is never the
You're not
thing.
the old guy.
Have
I
a seat,
know.
whippersnapper.
Yeah. Do you guys make this here?
All this, everything you're drinking here, we make here,
This is very
except the
cinnamony.
kombucha.
You have to have a special license to bring in guest taps, right?
Not necessarily. Our license allows us,
Uh-huh.
and we have food. Now that we have food, we have to convince ABC that we're a bona fide eating place.
Okay.
So it's a designation on our existing license that allows us to
Gotcha,
sell
okay.
outside beer.
Okay.
But the seltzer we make here, all the beers we make here, obviously anything in the cooler for like canned stuff we don't. But kombucha is KC Kombucha in Oak Park, and they're fantastic. And we
okay.
serve their stuff, and they're
Past
wonderful.
guest of Barley. And
Yeah.
Drink it. Courtney is wonderful, and her team are awesome.
Hi, Courtney.
I'm going to stop by there on the way home, actually.
Oh, yeah.
One of the most interesting liquor law cities I've ever been to was Philadelphia. Like a long time ago, it had been decided there was a specific number of liquor licenses that they would allow, right?
Oh, yeah, the cap.
Yeah. And so now, like, almost everywhere is BYOB because they're not going to get liquor license, so you're allowed to bring your own liquor with you.
Don't
Like,
we have a system
you
like
could
that
go to like
here?
a strip
I think
club.
they do.
You could bring your own liquor to the strip club.
I think
Like, it's
Roseville
just
had that
a
issue.
known thing.
Yeah. Okay. So the hockey rink that I play at in Roseville, they a way for them to make money is they'll buy a liquor license when like the prices are low, and then they'll sell booze, and then once they like need money, like
They'd
they'll
sell
sell,
the liquor
it
license.
off, and they just like every now and
Cycle
again they'll
effect.
have hard alcohol, but yeah,
Like, we don't need it 3 seasons a year,
Yeah.
so we'll just find the cheapest one next time.
So yeah, most restaurants in Philly, you could just bring your own booze.
That's crazy. But I think
And strip clubs,
Strip
apparently.
clubs, yeah.
So Philly strip clubs, you can BYOB.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
and there's no
they're
crowd.
cool with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They don't have a choice.
Yeah.
There's no more liquor licenses.
I mean, here in Sacramento, you got to drink it in the parking lot.
Oh, dude, I got fucking hammered before I went into Centerfolds for one of my birthdays in my 20s. Dude, I was so drunk. They my friends paid for them to put me on stage. They took all my clothes off except my underwear. They tied them on the top of the pole. I had
Sounds
to
like
climb up there and get it.
Marston
And then beat the
Tables.
shit out of you, didn't they?
They did beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was so
So I've
drunk.
heard.
I was like, I'm going to take it. And I was sore.
Yeah, I brought my friend to a strip club for his 21st birthday. Then we saw the price to get him. Like, no, let's do something else. That's what we did. We're like, no. So I still haven't been. I was
Yeah.
like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not paying this money. For
I don't do
boobs.
strip clubs.
Abort,
That's
abort.
not for me.
Yeah,
They used to call them juice bars
Yeah.
because, if there's alcohol, then they can't get naked all the way.
That was
Just
the
topless.
California law, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Oregon,
So
highly
is
different.
Luna's-
Very,
Oh.
very different up in Oregon.
I do want to go to some in Oregon. I heard that there's like fancy steakhouses. That are
Oh,
strip
you
clubs.
can
Like,
you can get a surf and turf.
Yeah, I want to do. I want to
And-
do that.
that's
And
a lot of questions.
I came,
Where's-
Oh,
what's
my
came for the
goodness.
food, stayed for the titties.
yeah, a great food menu, full bar, full nudity.
Yeah.
What's the oldest one there? Like
There might be a
Mama-
talent gap, but
Mama
you know,
something?
at least the steak's going to be good.
Yeah.
And okay.
I'm going to leave all these jokes
Yes.
alone.
Yeah. You're. Yeah.
Just like, nope. Leave it all. No, they're all there. Like, nope. But so that begs the question: was Luna's once a strip club? Because it is a juice bar, and it's also going out of it's being sold.
New owner taking over Luna's Cafe, where I once did an open mic.
I was going to say, the one on
16th. Yeah,
used to be a strip club?
No,
I
it was
don't
a
think
juice
so.
bar.
Okay.
Club
So-
400.
Well, they also sell liquor though. They have
do
have
now,
beer.
yeah.
Club 400, which used to be like
Most recently, the Blue Lamp.
the Blue Lamp. Yeah, that was like the only strip club in like the grid, I guess. Yeah. And now it's nothing.
Nothing. We should
For
buy it.
sale.
Yeah.
If anybody has
let's buy it.
aspirations to bring
Make a
burlesque back to
podcast-
Sacramento,
A podcast
that's the spot.
venue where we just do
build out-
podcasts all the
just build
time.
out a studio
As long as the rent
for
is
podcasts going at
$13, we can do it. I think we can make rent if it's $13.
So we like to say that we are Sacramento's #1 barbering podcast that doesn't talk about barbering.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Are you Sacramento's #1 beer
I
podcast?
am, and people have come for the throne, and they've made it for like a month or two, and then they failed. I'm
Yeah.
the best, the #1.
It takes a
beer
certain
podcast.
tenacity to
3?
stick with podcasting.
The average
barbering.
podcast lasts three episodes,
Yeah,
right?
something like that. yeah.
173. That's not even counting the ones I did during COVID that weren't with breweries, where I didn't count them as episodes. Something like 190 something.
You're beating us.
Good.
But you guys do it weekly. That sounds
Yeah.
insane.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It is. Sometimes we have to record multiples in a day
Yeah.
to bank them.
Yeah.
It's like I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's all cross
In, like,
promo
30
here.
days.
So you have another basketball podcast,
Yeah,
though, right?
Please dunk responsibly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. See,
But there's also beer crossover in that one. Like,
yeah,
you're
because
just
it's beer and basketball
yeah.
with Phil Webster,
Yeah.
chef about town.
I have
Good
this
dude.
theory about the price of alcohol at
Sporting
sporting events. They make it high so you don't get drunk. Also, so they make money. But
Yeah,
so
they-
you don't get too drunk, right?
I think that's part of the goal, but I don't think it works out the way they think it will because people just
Throw money away.
throw money at it.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'm already spent. It was like $12 tickets or $25 tickets. It's like, oh yeah, they won't get drunk. But now the tickets are $100. Like, I'm already fucking $100 in
Right.
on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's 25,
Committed,
30 bucks
yeah.
to drink?
Because there was like this baseball game that was a doubleheader, I think in the 80s. Early
Oh.
80s. Yeah, and like the first one, it was like throwback night, so beers were like a quarter.
Yeah.
And people got so fucked up at that first one that the
They had
doubleheader
to
didn't even
cancel it.
happen.
Yeah.
No,
They canceled it.
the game
Yeah.
did not happen. There's another podcast called The Dollop that cover that story.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite episodes of that show.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I mean, you got to make your money somehow. I was just watching a video about dollar hot dog night and how it like stimulates the economy within baseball. Like, we sell enough tickets to make like an extra 1.5 million more than we do on average
God.
because it brings so many people into the room to buy drinks, to buy other food, and buy these hot dogs that we already make like 800% profit on.
Yeah, it's like kind of like the Costco chicken.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
lose money on the
Oh, the
rotisserie,
chicken.
And
but
I
they put it
always
in the
get
back.
one. I'm like, I'm going to get you,
Yeah.
Costco.
But they put it in the back.
Those
So
things are
you-
fucking huge.
Yeah.
And they're, what, $4? $5?
$5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the bait in a giant mousetrap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I
I always
fall
take
for
it.
it.
I always take it.
I'm about an average of about $600 to $700 every Costco run now.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's
What are
a
you
lot.
kidding?
That's what happens when your son turns 12 and eats like a.
Well, at least you're a
more than me.
podcaster and you can afford
we,
it.
We
Oh,
do
yeah.
about
Yeah.
we do about 300 per. We go, but
Don't
Becky's
forget he's a barber and an astrologer as well.
Luckily, my wife has a good job.
yeah,
She makes all the money.
yeah. You got to have one person make the money and one person be skilled and talented. That's I
And
think,
sexy.
that's how I do. I make the money, but not enough.
What do you
turns
do
out.
other than podcasts?
Doesn't matter what.
Oh, is this
You'll
like
never
a-
get me to say it,
like a
except for this one
secret.
episode. There is a time when I say it, and I'm not going to say it again.
Okay.
Let me guess.
I honestly don't know. I thought you just did comedy.
Oh God! If I was making a living doing that, everybody should be rich.
Maybe you're in HR?
No,
No.
I could never.
Tech industry.
No.
Vegas, male
if he
escort.
guesses right, are you going to say yes?
I'll say
Juice
yes if
bar
we get it
owner.
right. Juice bar owner, not yet. I'll buy out the guy that bought out art because I think he's going to ruin it. But whatever.
Every now and again on our show, we like to do a segment where we find an interesting snack when we were at the liquor store. And I brought something along, and I don't know if you guys are interested in trying
Please be
this.
pickled pig's feet.
It's
Please
not.
be pickled pig's feet.
I found a blueberry muffin Kit Kat
One for each of us.
When I was
Wow.
I know, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was
You're
like,
acting
there's
off a
4
piece of that
pieces.
Kit Kat.
I think it got a little melty in my backpack.
Okay.
But if you guys
It's
are
106 degrees today.
if you guys are interested in trying this and
Yeah.
just giving it a quick little rating, it could be a fun little mini segment.
All right.
And while he's opening that, we do have a question that we ask every guest.
Oh shit! Good
Yeah.
call. Also, I apologize to your listeners for my language.
Is it
No
2020?
one
Dude,
cares.
I swear a lot.
Is it 2020?
Definitely no one cares.
2019? 2021?
Just say the new.
Have you guys seen the new Mortal Kombat movie?
Yes.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
What would you rate it? On a scale of 1 to 5 Sub-Zero fatalities.
Okay. I would say that it managed to remove the head but could not get the full spine out.
And my question is, how do you think the main character charged his phone?
Wow.
Because at one point they are in Raiden's lair, and he pulls out his phone and looks at pictures of his family. And
Well-
he'd already been with them for a while. Like, my phone would have been dead.
It was like the Squid Game question. How that guy...
You've already said the answer.
Yeah.
It smells like a blueberry muffin.
Yeah.
This does. I like the way it
I love
smells.
this.
It tastes like a blueberry muffin.
I'm down for this. This is a gem.
The answer to your question, though, is he's with Raiden. Raiden charges his phone.
Yeah.
That's
But-
true. He's electric.
Oh, this is good.
So Kit Kat does like a huge amount of flavors that
In Japan, for sure.
in Japan for sure. The mochi or the green tea one, super good. I have never seen blueberry muffin.
This is really good.
it's
I don't hate this, and I'm not a sweets eater.
I'm
Yeah.
not a sweets eater either. I'm also not a muffin fan. I don't like muffins.
I love
love
muffins.
muffins.
I'm more of an artificial blueberry flavor fan
Oh,
than
really?
a fresh blueberry fan.
Really?
So I really like this. Same with strawberries.
Nothing better than a fresh bloob. That's what we call my house. Fresh bloobs.
No, boobs.
Bloobs.
Boobs are better.
Fresh bloobs, baby.
Bumper crop, I'm telling you. We planted some blueberries about 5 years ago. This year, bumper crop.
Nice.
We're harvesting them right now.
Are you going to make a blueberry ale? Stout?
Yeah, get
Balls?
Well,
Get one of
between
those
the
blueberry
two
wheat
plants
ales.
that are doing really well, no. But we're eating the hell out of them, and
Yeah.
they're
I
delicious.
just want a Sea Dog blueberry wheat, but local.
That is a good beer.
That's a great beer, especially right now. Especially right now, David.
Okay.
Produce
Okay.
it now.
Make-
A blueberry wheat.
Yeah.
I used to
Have you
date
had
a...
the Sea Dog blueberry wheat?
Who's the brewer?
Sea Dog.
Wait, where?
It's in Maine.
I want more.
I'm
Sorry, I
not
brought
that
one.
versed on Maine breweries
Oh my god,
lately.
it's the one that's like nationally distributed. Oh my god,
Their
it's so
logo
good.
is really cute. It's a
It's a
cute little
dog
dog
with
with,
a-
like a fisherman hat on.
Yeah, oh,
like
it's the best.
Okay.
a little sea captain.
I used to date a girl you could refer to as a sea dog.
Okay, so out of 5
I hope that dog's name is Gordon.
out of 5 Kit Kat pieces, what are you giving the blueberry muffin Kit Kat, Dave?
Those are only 4 pieces.
I'm going with a solid 4 out of 5.
out of 5 though.
4 out of 5. It was surprisingly more delicious than I expected it to be.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I still feel it's 4 pieces because that's how many pieces were in the packet.
We throw on an extra
So-
one because maybe we wanted an
Maybe you
extra
got
piece in
the
there.
special edition. with
Yeah,
fifth
there we go.
piece. Look, I broke that piece off, so 4.
I like that answer. Jason, what are you giving it?
Shockingly.
A 5.
5 out of
Yeah.
5.
Dude,
Would
I-
highly recommend.
100%.
He throws
100%.
fives
I'm
out
giving it 4 out of
everywhere.
4.
Yeah, like I
But
want
if I
more.
think-
Like
I'm also going to go 4. So that's probably the best thing that we've rated.
That was so good.
Yeah,
all
usually
around
the
over
snacks
4
are shit.
4 points.
What's the lesson here, though? Like, don't sleep on liquor store snacks.
Oh,
There's,
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
maybe
there's
take a-
treasure
take a
to be
gamble.
found.
There's
It's-
some
there
good stuff
is.
out there.
I think it's really about experiencing life as it comes to you, Dave. Like, don't knock it till you try
If you
it.
guys think that the things that we do on our podcast are that deep,
They are.
oh man,
It's like you stumble across something, you go, that's interesting. I wonder what that is. And then you just find out.
By the
Fuck
way,
around
this segment
and
is going
find
to
out.
triple your listenership.
Ooh, we're about to get 8 listeners.
Oh,
listeners.
boy. If I could get that on Please Don't Response Me, I'd be like, holy shit. I had Lance Woods on. We got all the way to 30 listens.
that's pretty good. That's 30's good.
Yeah.
I
Now,
remember.
over time, this is my dumb guy question again
Yeah.
about podcasting. Over time, your listenership continues to go up for an episode,
No.
correct?
It immediately
No?
tanks.
Well, yeah. Like our
Like,
first
they
episode.
just exist forever, so somebody
Yeah.
could just go back and listen.
Yeah, the listens don't go away.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Our first episode is probably our most highly listened
Yeah,
to
always.
episode, right?
Yeah.
Because
It's
some
the first
random
one.
person finds it, they start to listen to it, so it adds a listen.
that's true. But
Yeah.
also, I feel like
and it's terrible.
When we first put it out,
And nobody
we
responded
blasted
back
our
to that.
social media like we're doing a podcast, and we had so many people that were like, "Yeah, I'll listen," and then they listen to the first episode, and they're like, "Not
You didn't
for
have
me."
your sound. You didn't have your idea of what
I
you
know,
want to do.
and
for
we
the
still don't
stats.
have an idea.
Yeah.
Lately,
we are too broad.
yeah,
Yeah.
two broads.
Two broads talking
Should we
about
change?
barbering.
You should. Two broads, one podcast.
Two broads barbering.
Lately, we've been talking about country fuck jams on the radio.
Yeah.
Have either
Oh,
of you
yeah, I
guys
did
ever
listen to that.
fucked to country music?
No,
Yeah, me neither.
never in my life.
Well, Wheeler Walker Jr. is about to change my mind.
Dude,
though.
I listened to that episode. I was like, wow. They are just going for it.
I feel like maybe Sturgill Simpson is another one that we
I
should
could
look
get
into.
down to Chris Stapleton. Or wait, what was that dude's name? The backwards hat guy that we listened to. Out of the three songs, there was the one I really liked.
I don't remember. I do remember you liking
Chase Atkin, Chase Hayes, Chet Hayes,
one. Chet Hayes, yeah.
Chet Hayes.
Wagwan Rude Boy.
Wagron,
It's a long road to get there. Wow.
Bumbleclot. That's not his name. That's Tom Hanks' son, who is a rapper.
And he does a racist Jamaican accent.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Anyway,
We've gone too far, as always. This is required by law. We've gone to Dave. Also, we never asked you, how's business here at New Helvetia Brewing? 11 years deep.
Almost 11 years in, we finally have the food rolling, so
Yeah,
that's
you
a big
do.
perk that you can come here and have beer and a burger.
chicken
and,
wings are on point.
some
I had the
wangs.
grilled cheese yesterday. Loved it. Now, question. What is on that grilled cheese? Because there's like a spread.
There's cheese and a vegan cheese spread.
It is a vegan
Okay.
cheese spread.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get real cheese plus the spread, and that was my insistence because I want to have a cheese sauce for the pretzel that
Okay.
won't make me go sit on the toilet later.
Yeah.
Smart.
And so I'm catering a semi-dairy free menu. We're not vegan, but we are
Have
trying
vegan
to
options.
to avoid the dairy side of things. But there are a lot of vegan options on the menu.
Yeah, there's a lot of
And-
V's on that menu.
Yeah.
I do feel like there's a lot of people out there that aren't vegan but do have dairy sensitivity.
Yeah, I'm in that in between.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
my dream in life, like if I am to accomplish anything on this planet Earth while I'm here, is that I want to create a dairy-free clam chowder that just fucking rocks.
And let me tell you, that grilled cheese fucking ruled. I loved it. I gave it to my daughter. She loved it also. Not here, but when we got home, she was like, devoured it.
Nice.
A while back, like it was like when you guys first started it, I had the quesadilla. Do you use that same spread in the quesadilla?
It's been evolving.
Okay.
So we're about 2 months in on the kitchen here at New Helvetia, and it's ever evolving. So I don't know what we were doing
Gotcha.
in the early weeks of this endeavor, but it probably wasn't the full vegan version of the of the cheese sauce.
Got it.
Is that made out of a nut cheese?
No,
No.
I can't give away the chef's secret.
I just wanted to say nut cheese.
I know
Well.
you did. It's like, we left alone
I'm 12.
the surf and turf. Let's bring in the nut cheese jokes.
And the hanger steak.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I even caught that.
Opportunities missed, guys.
No.
Come on.
I don't want to turn off the listenership that we do have.
Yeah. We're trying to bring in, this is the whole point of the
classy.
crossover. It's not, I don't like you guys at all. This is strictly a business proposition.
I have been trying to be a little more tame because I know that your listeners are going to also hear this.
No, my listeners don't care, I hope.
Justin had a client came in today who is a listener of the podcast.
Christian Maldonado, what's up?
What's up, dude? And he was dressed like so nice.
He's always dressed nice.
And I was like, wherever he's going today, Justin and I will not be allowed.
I've dressed the same since middle school.
Yeah. Like I look like a fucking homeless bum. And this dude was fly. He had like a linen shirt.
Yeah, he looked like Ian Carmel out there.
Yeah, dude, he could go anywhere.
I feel like you're bringing back new metal. You're just like, I used to be in one. We're bringing it back. We've united. 2023. This is the year.
I Steve
We've
Jobs
got a
this
new
shit.
EP out.
Every day at work, I wear camo shorts and a black shirt.
Your backwards red hat.
And yeah, not a red hat either. And
It's got some blue on it and some
Yeah.
white.
and like it's just so easy. I have like 10 pair of camo shorts, like 30 black shirts. And I just wear the same thing every day because I don't have to make a decision in the morning.
Yeah.
When I'm trying to get my son ready to go to school, like the last thing I want to do is like take 10 minutes, figure out what I'm going to wear.
When you drop him off at school, you just keep rolling.
And he's 12,
What?
he said, right?
Yes.
and is now eating everything in the house.
Dude, he eats
nonstop.
so much food.
I heard
Yeah.
the Costco pricing.
Yeah. My son is 15, and it's the same story.
Yeah,
It's just
you know what I mean. It's just
a constant feeding of the beast,
Yeah.
and we just can't stay in front of it.
yeah. The other day, my wife, she was in Anaheim for work, and I made my son for dinner like fries and like at home Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Dope.
He finished and he was like, I need more fries and I need a second sandwich.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was
mean,
definitely not on a Sunday.
No.
All
no,
that swimming, though, like you burn a lot of calories
He
swimming,
does, yeah.
right?
He swims 5 days a week for
Yeah.
like 2 to 3 hours a day for his swim team.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got to get those calories. My
And he's growing.
Yeah, my cousin is 6'8". He was 250
shit.
in high school.
6'8".
Just solid muscle. We would go to his house and we would have taco eating competitions, me and him, and then we'd run out of everything and be like, "There's no winner. We're tied. Same number of tacos, and we're out of everything."
Right.
I could eat tacos every day.
I also can. Here's the thing. I don't know if you guys have the same problem. My sweat smells like tacos. So
Oh,
when I
no.
like work out, I'm like, oh my God, I want tacos. Then I eat tacos. I'm like, well, I eat tacos. I got to work out. And it's just a never-ending
cyclical.
cycle.
I don't work out, so that's good.
Okay.
My workout is basically like, did you move more than 3 feet at once? You're probably sweaty.
What's
Okay,
worse
so
than
you-
smelling
so you
like
work from
tacos
home.
is the fried tortilla or tortilla chip burps
Yeah.
Yeah.
that smell exactly like the tortillas you just ate.
And you're like, I need more. It's not fair.
No.
I can't burp.
You can't burp?
I've never burped.
No,
I don't.
we actually
What
we had
do you
an
mean?
we had an episode where we did a power hour.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ. How old are you?
He
I know he
can't
You know
burp.
what?
It was
all that
for our-
carbonation.
Yeah, I threw
It
up.
didn't end well.
No, there's no way you can.
really?
Who? That's not.
It was our 21st episode.
Okay, so you
and
turned 21. You made
our-
reckless
yeah.
decisions. I got you.
It was
it
it was
gets-
his idea.
Wait, it gets
It was
worse.
your idea?
For-
now, to be clear, Power
did a
Hour, it was
Centurion.
an ounce per minute, correct?
Yeah, for an hour.
We did
an
a
hour.
Centurion for our 2-year episode.
Yeah, I wanted it
Which
to be
was
for 100th
100.
What the hell's a
episode, but
Centurion?
You do the same thing, but for 100
100
minutes.
minutes.
ounces.
I didn't do
Announce
it, though.
a minute.
I hosted it. And one of our listeners, Evan,
What's up, Evan?
/ sort of co-host.
He's unofficial co-host.
Yeah.
We
Friend
knew
of the
that
pod.
as a century, not a centurion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it's harder to
Yeah.
it's harder to find the music for that on YouTube than the regular Power Hour.
Yeah, if you want to do a power hour, just look up power hour music on
Right,
YouTube.
and
There's so
plenty
many of them.
Yeah.
You can see we were like lining up
Yeah.
the
Jesus
beer
Christ.
shots.
That's a lot.
And you don't think an ounce is that
Yeah,
much.
But when you do it every minute,
Those
for
minutes come
100 minutes,
quick.
and
Oh,
they
yeah.
just keep hitting.
And what I've heard, I have never accomplished this.
I can't imagine it.
I would do it. I'd do it today.
I would not do it any day, anytime.
I could not.
But you did it twice.
No, I did the.
He just did the Power
I
Hour.
just
He-
hosted.
Yeah.
But I got,
Okay, so you're like announcing.
but I got way drunker than I thought because I had
'cause
like
you were drinking
I had, like,
Cutwaters.
I had Cutwaters, which
So was
What's the
Evan
cup?
the
Oh, yeah, okay.
the designee? Was he the centurion?
yeah.
He and I both did it. Yeah.
So I had that. I had like 3 shots of Fernet, and I was way more lit than I
this
thought I was
sounds
going to be.
awful.
It was a good day.
We had
I can't
fun.
imagine doing that 30 more times.
And then we like cleaned up.
Yeah. You didn't
Yeah.
have to clean up the next day. Yeah.
No, we were.
We were responsible.
Yeah.
No, you weren't.
I walked.
Did you make it? Did you make it to 100?
Oh, absolutely.
No, him and Evan went out drinking after that.
Yeah, we
Jesus
sure did.
Christ.
We went over to.
Well, I mean, when you get that
we went over to
point-
Golden Road and had another beer.
Yeah, I'm not at that age anymore, man. Like,
I mean, you can break it
I'm
down
not
into.
either. I'm not supposed to be able to do this.
It's a 40. It's two and a half 40s. I'm noticing something here between the way both of you guys are podcasting. You have zero structure.
No.
You're just sort of winging it.
Why do you think that our
Yeah.
podcast isn't successful?
I have a structure now, but I'm
my
like
my
inviting
structure
them to
was
their
I have
structure.
a Kit Kat in my backpack. I'm gonna break it out at some point.
Yeah.
So you're repeating some bits. That's cool.
It's a segment.
Yeah, it's like I'm working on segments. I just
Yeah.
don't care enough. Like
Yeah.
I asked you how business was. That's my first question. But I asked you.
Did I even answer? I don't even know if I got a chance to answer.
You did. Also, we need to get the Saint going before we leave. I think that's a requirement by law. You
Okay.
agree?
Should we pull up
get
a couple of samples of the
Let's
same?
get some Saint.
Let's do it.
She's like, why would you?
So
order
Mally is our bartender today
Mally's great.
at the tap room, and she's fantastic.
Yeah.
She's like, where do I know you from yesterday? I'm like, we filmed The Thing a few months ago for your 10th anniversary.
Was that the collaboration?
Yeah.
I saw
I
that.
thought that was very
It
fun.
worked out good.
We did.
Yeah.
I told Dave's like, hey, you should come by. We're gonna like do something. I'm like, do I need to bring anything? He's like, no. He's like, hey, I want to do my 10th anniversary stuff. I'm like, oh, so I should have brought stuff. You son of a bitch.
No, it was a fun segment.
I have no structure either.
I have like high-end
Yeah,
cameras.
why are you giving
now.
us shit?
well, I mean, do as I say, not as I do.
But I thought I'm very
also,
just
parenting
for,
101.
for the
know,
listeners.
we
I'd like
should
to
be
say that
better.
I do feel bad for not calling him Dave Grohl in the beginning. Because I like to mispronounce New Helvetia. I feel like I should have gone with Dave Grohl
Yeah.
also, and I didn't. And it's my mistake.
You made up for it.
I feel like we did a pretty good.
Of all the celebrities to almost share a name with,
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
not doing
good.
too bad.
Not bad.
Good human out there.
Yeah,
He's a good one.
one of the best as far as like all-time dudes that are also famous.
You know, if he shaved his beard, he would look a lot like the drummer from Nirvana.
That's crazy.
Hey, all right.
look at that.
We
What is
got
this?
some samples of beer here.
Thank you so much.
yeah.
Thank you, Mally.
Now, a question: what is a foo, and why is he fighting them?
A foo is in the Mexican American culture somebody who is just hard and crazy. Look at that fool over there.
But do you think that's who he's fighting? Is he?
I think he's racist against Mexican
Absolutely not.
Americans.
Do you know the real story?
No.
Do you know the real story?
I
But
don't.
no, but I also want to think that he's a pro-education kind of guy. He's fighting fools.
He
wants to-
is.
Just drops the L.
And I think his mother was a teacher.
Thank you
I'm
so
reading
much.
his book. And the Foos are the World War II UFOs that were spotted by fighter pilots
Whoa.
over Europe.
Oh, nice.
Is that real?
It's kind of like your mystery
Flying
airship
object. Something.
out there, man.
Yeah.
Flying object. Flying project.
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
But you've got your mystery
Our non-beer
airship.
drinker is not having
No,
it
it's
the
not
same.
bad. It's not bad. It's chocolatey. Yeah?
What was the face you were making, though?
I always make faces when I drink.
Bitter beer
bitter.
face.
It's bitter.
Yeah, it is bitter. It's a nice tingle on the tongue though.
When I was in Reno last weekend, we did an escape room. And there was another family in there doing it too. And the dad was like, "Have you ever seen the movie Deadpool?" I was like, "I actually haven't seen it." He's like, "You look like a guy from Deadpool." And I was like,
Is he
"Ryan
talking about the Ryan Reynolds
like-
one or the Clint Eastwood one?
No.
Yeah,
Ryan
I was
Reynolds.
like the Deadpool.
So I was like, "Ryan Reynolds?" And he was like,
No.
No. I was he's like, "No, you look
T.J.
like
Miller. You
he's
look like T.J.
The bartender.
Oh,
My hair was longer
Yeah.
a week ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I look at who it was. It's TJ Miller. So I look up a picture, right? And so I find this, and my wife and son both say, "It looks like if you and Justin had a baby."
oh, cool.
And I was like,
That's our baby.
"It sort of does."
All
It
right.
really does. That's very cute.
Yeah, my hair was it was longer like that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Justin
yeah.
had longer hair, and yeah,
It makes sense.
they
Does
were
kind of
like,
look like our baby.
"That you and Justin's
And
baby."
that's also going to be on the socials.
Oh yeah.
And I think TJ Miller is going to be your next listener.
Oh, dude.
I wish.
You know, I'm followed.
Pick him up.
Damn it. Name the thong song. Everybody.
Cisco.
Cisco
Yeah.
follows me on
Shut
Twitter
up.
because I did an episode where we talked about the thong song at length, and he only still follows like 400 people. I'm still one of them.
That's cool, man.
Oh, dude, I love the thong song.
So we could probably get TJ Miller in this. We just tag him. Let's make sure we talk about it.
I tag everybody that we talk about. We still don't have any cool followers.
he
Yeah.
made no money from that song.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah, the guy that wrote La Vida Loca for
Ricky Martin?
Yeah.
got all the money because he sued them because he said "Living La Vida Loca."
No way.
Yeah, and I watched like a mini documentary about the thong song recently, and it was really good actually. And yeah, the guys that
Did he just
wrote,
did he spray paint his hair in that music video?
It's not in the documentary.
It's not. They didn't cover it.
But he had like a guy, like one of the producers, like the strings guy. Originally, they had sampled, I think, Eleanor Rigby,
Okay.
but they
One of the
couldn't-
great songs.
They couldn't clear the sample,
Right.
so they went to this guy and were like, "We need something that sounds like that, but that's
Let's
not
Vanilla
that."
Ice this.
Yeah. And so they hired like an orchestra
and then mine
guy,
goes do 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 do.
and he did the strings for it. So it is very Eleanor Rigby-esque. Dude, that song's great.
It's a great song.
It is a great song.
And we were talking about how great it was and how great he is. Just it was his work with everybody. And then 6 months later, he was back in the public sphere. I'm like, that was us. We did that.
Him and the rest of Drew Hill started out working at this candy shop. They're from Baltimore, I
Yeah, I'll
believe,
take
right?
you to the candy shop. I remember that song.
No.
That's exactly what I was thinking too.
But the candy shop was known for the workers singing.
Okay.
And so that's how I think
Kind
they
of like
met.
Cold Stone.
Yeah.
Do they
but
sing at Cold
they
Stone?
do.
Tip. If you put a tip in the tip jar, they have
They
to sing a song.
Oh.
It's the law.
What
And
kind of
it's-
tip?
Yeah, I mean, depending on the tip, the song changes.
Yeah.
Oh, sir, don't put that there.
Yeah.
My wife and I,
I don't.
when me and my wife were first dating,
I don't approve of this.
one of our
No.
first dates was to this place in Old Sac called the Two Grand Saloon, which was a dueling piano bar.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
What's it
I
called
wish
now?
I wish that was still there.
And we went there,
Well, Luna's about to be a dueling pianos
Juice bar.
juice bar.
and so we went there, and I kept requesting songs, and none of them got played. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
They probably just had too many requests to get through.
No,
before
I
that.
found out you're supposed to give them money. You're supposed to tip them when you do a request. I had no idea. I was so drunk, I fell out of my chair.
Oh, damn.
And then on the way home, I threw up in the cab. And,
Did you do a power hour?
And God, I don't know what I did. And my girlfriend at the time, but now my wife, she was like, "Oh, we need to get out right here," which is like Fremont Park, which was like 2.5 blocks from where I lived. So we got out before he figured out that I puked in the car. And I was like, "You're the best girlfriend ever."
Wow,
That sucks for him,
That
though.
sucks
It does.
for him
It
so
does.
bad.
That's shady.
I've puked in someone's car, and it's not great. My 25th birthday.
I was 30.
Yeah, we're not. Look, I'm gonna go on the record. A lot of people are like, hey, dudes are fine now. We're all learned. Like, nah, we're all pieces of shit till we're like 32. We don't know anything. We're the worst people till we're like 32. But I puked in this guy's car because he gave me a ride home.
You
for my
pooped in the guy's car?
in his car.
Puked.
Puked in the guy's car. Is a friend of mine. So we had gone to that place that used to let you homebrew.
I
Sac
remember
Brew,
that.
Brewed Up.
Yeah.
Brewed Up. We'd gone there for my 25th birthday. Huge group of people.
I totally forgot about that place.
Yeah. So my friend gives me a ride home because he lives like 3 blocks from me. And we're driving, and like I'm not feeling well, so I'm like, I'm gonna puke out this window at the stoplight.
Oh, that
right?
never works.
And so I turn and I roll the window down.
I thought you were going to say you rolled it up.
Fun fact:
so drunk.
it was already down. I did roll it up
I
and
stepped on your
puked
joke.
right into the window.
I'm so
The
sorry.
guy next to us looks at me and puked into this window. And oh my! I paid. I obviously I paid for the cleaning. I was like, I'm so
sure.
sorry. But then his wife drove my car home, but they couldn't find the parking ticket to get out of the parking garage. And we've been drinking since like 6 p.m. and it's like 2 a.m.
Wow.
And so she's trying to like get my car out of the thing, and a cop pulls up behind her,
Oh, shit.
and she's like, "Sorry, I'm driving my friend's car home." He's like, and we couldn't find the ticket. He's like, "Oh, that's fine." He just pushed the button, lets her out.
Oh, nice.
And then the next day, I wake up at like noon, because of course I did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I look in my driveway, and I'm like, I can't see my car. My car didn't make it home. So I call my sister. I'm like, hey, can you come here so you can take me back downtown so I can go get my car? That would be great. She's like, yeah, I'm off at 5. I'm like, cool. I don't plan on going anywhere.
Yeah.
The sun hurts so much. And she comes out here, comes to my house, and she's like, hey, have you gone outside today? I'm like, no. She's like, can you come outside real quick? And they just pulled my car like 2 inches further forward than I usually do. I couldn't see it from my front window. It's been there the whole time. I'm like,
Oh,
God
man.
damn. And just so you know, I did that twice.
Wow. You didn't learn the
I
first
fell
time.
for that twice in my life. We're not great.
That's fine.
When
Yeah.
we're
You
young.
should be a barber.
Yeah.
I got drunk on Bacardi Limon and Minute Maid Lemonade once. And we were on the
that
freeway,
sounds
and I
sweet
had
as
to
hell.
puke so bad. We're on the freeway, and I was in my 20s. I didn't understand physics.
Right.
So I rolled down the window and puked.
Do you understand physics now?
No.
Okay.
And it all just came back in.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah. Sorry, the second time, I just remember the second. I'm like, when's the second time this happened? Oh, yeah, the time that I went to Old Folsom. What's that music bar that's in there?
The Onyx.
Powerhouse Pub.
They like share a hallway.
I don't know.
Anyway, there's a bar, and there's a second bar, and they're like different names, but they're the same building. I was matching a birthday party drinker who only drank water because they didn't drink. I was like, you do that, and I'll do Long Island iced teas.
Oh, jeez.
Like you do.
Oh, God.
Right? And at one point, like, hey, we got to keep an eye on Ben because it's getting wild. And then they all took their eyes off me, and I disappeared. I don't know where I went. I don't know what I did.
You
All I know
disappeared-
is that
you disappeared from yourself.
and all I know is that within 5 minutes, they saw me being chased by security
Oh, no.
through the entire venue. And I puked on the car on the way out. And then they took me home. And then I called somebody to come get my car the next day after it was again parked in my driveway.
Oh, jeez.
I'm very talented. I'm not proud of a lot of things that I've done.
You can't really hold grudges against yourself, though. Like,
Yeah. I'm not
just
like that
accept it.
anymore.
It
I didn't
was a
continue.
good story on a podcast.
Yeah,
like,
and
you
like,
know, like
if you're still doing that at 48, there's a problem.
Yeah. Oh,
Luckily, I'm not.
I mean,
48
a one-off
yet.
when you're doing a power hour for a podcast is different.
oh, dude, it was bad.
But like, if you're doing it like every weekend, that's a
Right,
problem.
I would
For
say
sure.
though, I puked at minute 52.
Okay.
Justin
Cleared
took
it
that
out.
52 shot for me.
Yep.
I was back at 53.
Oh, there we go. Cleaned right up.
Oh yeah,
Puke and rally.
right into the wash bowl at.
Don't say that.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. It was at my home where we had complete control over where we were going and afterwards.
We don't shampoo people's hair.
Also,
in
I
that
feel
bowl
like Ben
anymore.
knows exactly what he did in Old Folsom,
don't.
and
I'm
he's
like,
just
what?
not going to tell us
I-
right
I-
now.
Just like he
I
won't tell us
wish-
what he does for work.
I so much wish I knew what I did. I'm like, did I like pee
There
in
is
the bathroom?
footage.
I don't know what happened.
There is some
Of him just working.
I get
some
Day to
ring
day?
camera footage somewhere at one of these pubs.
No, it's
that
20
saw
years
exactly
ago.
what he did.
It's like 17
Oh,
years
okay.
ago.
I get Old Folsom and Old Roseville confused, and it irritates my wife
Yeah,
How
because
do
they're
you
very
confuse
different.
those?
because it's just full of just rich white people.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but they're very different.
Very
vibes.
different.
We're
Very,
also
very different. Old
completely
Roseville
different
has
locations.
much more syphilis.
Where did we go?
For what?
That barber thing.
That was Roseville.
Oh, I thought that was Folsom.
No.
Wow.
That was at the fuck. I used to know the name of that spot
Where we ate, or where they had the barber?
where they
thing?
had the barber convention. I don't remember the name of it. It's right down the street from the Boxing Donkey.
The Boxing Dog is the only place you need to know.
Yeah, it's a good
And-
spot.
Bar 101?
No, fuck
That was where the barber was. Yeah. Bar
it.
101.
Hate it.
It's big enough to have something like
It
that.
was
Yeah.
not. It was hot.
It was like middle of summer.
and it was like
yeah.
the first post-COVID event.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
boy.
That's
And you went
right.
to Roseville? Oh, boy.
So it was weird.
We left that place during COVID. We were living there. Oh, boy.
Oh, you were
Nah.
living in Roseville?
Yeah, when COVID hit. No,
Yeah.
thank you. My girlfriend got a lot of words thrown at her that you shouldn't throw at people.
Really?
Just in general, yeah.
Honestly, in Roseville, I believe.
Yeah,
it.
it's,
I believe that.
Yeah, in Roseville, you're like, now that I think about
that
it.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Roseville, Granite Bay, Rockland.
Yeah, they're going to throw some
Don't
words.
normalize it. Don't allow that to be okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not okay no matter where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this guy that we both used to work with. Maybe you worked with him at a record store. I'm not sure.
Alex Tillish.
No.
Oh.
Sean.
Oh, I never actually worked with him.
Yeah. Oh, but
Great.
Yeah.
I heard this guy's a piece
I
of
used to
shit.
say he was like. I used to say he was like.
Oh, Sean the piece of shit?
He was Roseville racist. He just didn't have a lot of exposure to other
Ignorance is
other
still
people.
racism.
Well,
man.
that's like how racism works.
Yeah.
It's just like a lack of exposure. I'm like, did you know people like that? Like, no. I'm like, meet some. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, hey. Like, I grew up in North Dakota,
Oh.
middle school, high school years. And they're like talking shit about this like clerk that works at a gas station like 30 miles away who happened to be black. And I'm like, well, what about our friend, this guy? And they're like, well, he's different. I'm like, well, how's he different? And like, well, we know him. I'm like, fucking, how do you not see it? How do
Right.
you not
Right.
understand that that's how this works?
Just in general, you don't know anyone until you know them.
Yeah.
First of all.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But it's just like
I didn't
so
know
painful.
Dave for a long time.
Huh?
I didn't know Dave for a long time.
Now you do.
And
No,
I
I
hate
just-
him.
I
He's like,
just
people
hung out
named
here.
Dave, fucking the worst. I hate all Daves. And then you met this Dave. He's like,
He's one
Too
of the
many
good
of us.
ones.
he's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I first met Justin, he was coming to work at a shop that I worked at, and it was my job to like take pictures of the people. So I had to take for the website.
That
So I
was
had
a
to take a picture
stressful
of them.
morning for me.
But I didn't want to be nice to him because we had a string of people that had started working. I became friendly with, and then they left, and it just is like heartbreaking.
Do you
to
know
me.
how that came off to me?
So I was like, I'm not gonna be nice.
Do you know
Oh.
how that came off to
Like I
me?
was
Tell us how
dick.
you felt about that.
Is this
was
the
a-
first time you've told him?
I don't think we've had this conversation. So you were trying to not be nice to me.
Not
I
be
was
nice,
like,
not be nice, but
It showed.
Unwelcoming.
It showed.
Yeah.
And my thought was, this dude works at Bottle and Barlow. He thinks he's hot shit, and he's just trying to not be nice to me. Like
it's because I
he
was
just
too
thinks
sensitive.
He's too good.
I was too
for me.
sensitive because I would become friends with people, and then they would leave, and I would be sad.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been hurt before.
Yeah.
So you were vulnerable and trying
Yeah.
not to show it, and
Yeah.
you thought he was big timing you.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
he's protecting his heart. He's protecting
I
his
was.
peace. But you're feeling rejected.
Absolutely.
And now we've turned into a beautiful podcast.
Yes. Look where we are now. This is my main man, 50 grand right here. Cheers.
You've been doing a podcast for like 107 episodes or whatever it is.
Yeah, something like that. 108. I think this is going to be 110.
Well, I think this is going to make it. I think you guys are
This
onto
is the
something
one.
here.
I went to the Guinness Brewery in Ireland.
Oh, I thought that was a really
I've
good place
not
to
done it.
wrap
This
up.
reminds me
but-
of that, yeah.
Now it sounds like he's big timing all of us.
Yeah.
No.
I went
I
to
traveled
Guinness.
internationally.
I've crossed oceans.
Yes. I went to go
Guinness,
see.
you know, Guinness is different there than it is here.
It doesn't taste so much like feet.
They pay more for Budweiser over there.
No, but
It's called Budvar.
It's imported.
But this guy that I worked with, he loved Guinness and he loved unsweetened cold brew. And then it made sense to me once I finally tried
Yeah,
Guinness. I was
yeah.
like, oh,
Like
this
like a nitro cold brew.
It just tastes like it's very similar to coffee.
Beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. Well, my people are from Ireland.
Oh, your people.
89,
Barbers are from
He's
Ireland.
one of the good ones.
89% of my people are from Ireland. So I'm trying to get a vasectomy.
It's impossible.
Kaiser's backed up 4 months.
Yeah, and they give you 3 months to get a schedule. They start over.
Yeah.
Which is a fucked up thing. I've been trying
Do you want to get a
I
back
gave-
alley vasectomy? I know a guy with a coat hanger.
I'm down.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
I watched the movie Hoodlum again recently, and I'm like, okay, that's how you do it.
Proportions, Dave.
Dave's not
Not
here,
just a
man.
brewery owner.
I'm also a client. Wait, no, that's not right.
Also a client.
No oops for me.
No more kids for me, man.
How many you got?
One.
One. Good
He's
enough.
12. I
Send it.
see the like. My house is pretty small. In
Yeah.
like 4 years, when he or the 12, 18. Yeah,
6 years.
6 years.
Math.
Yeah, math.
When
He's
math
good
happens-
at math, not me.
Yeah.
2/3 of the way there,
When
man.
he goes away to college, my house gets so much bigger.
But if you have one more.
No.
Oh,
my
my friend had
after the
a
coat hanger.
15-year-old and an 18-year-old that had another kid. She's like, I regret it so much. Why did I do this to
yeah.
myself? I was so close. I was
Dude, I
almost
see
out.
the finish line. Like,
Yeah.
I can have hobbies again.
Yeah. You
That
could do a
don't involve
podcast and you
jerking off.
focus about.
You could learn to edit a podcast. So
You
I
can
don't
learn
have
to
to
edit
do it
it.
all
You
the
can learn to
time.
promote it.
No.
You can do all this stuff. You could get into a marketing field.
Yeah, Justin
You
is all
can
the
handle
heavy
our social
lifting.
media.
Yeah, I know. I could barely handle mine.
All right, sticking with the lack of structure of this entire podcast.
Yep.
Welcome to our podcast.
I want to know from you guys, do you have hobbies? Because I was starting to realize that I really don't. Like, I work and I have a family. And I don't really have hobbies outside of anything related to work or family.
I have vicarious hobbies.
What does that mean?
There's things that I wish I was doing that
He
I
goes,
don't have
he
time
goes
to do.
his son's swim meets.
No. So I watch people do it on YouTube. And it sort of satisfies that itch. I love making things.
You were doing woodworking.
I watch a lot of
videos, right?
woodworkers.
Oh, big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I watch them because I
Fascinating.
don't have time to do it.
Okay.
I watch people play video games on YouTube.
Because
again,
you don't have
lost me.
time. I don't have to play this game, but I'll watch you play it.
Right.
yeah.
Do you know Corky McDonald?
No.
He's an improviser at the Comedy Spot. He also loves wood stuff, but like during COVID, he started doing woodworking, made a career out of it.
Really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
he's got a very successful channel about it and everything.
I like to watch people restore
Lemonade Furniture.
Good name.
items on YouTube also.
That's what he does.
Yeah,
But he like found that.
yeah.
It's always the thing he was interested in, and he finally found the time to do it.
That's really cool.
Who's a good local restorer of items?
Ooh, I don't
Lemonade
know. local.
Furniture.
I need to
Corky
find somebody because
McDonald.
I have an old cedar chest. that
Corky
needs to be-
McDonald.
Corky. We need
You
to
want to play
talk.
it one
He
more
just
time?
bought a house. He has more room to do more stuff.
Okay.
He was
Here we
working at an
go.
apartment down
Was,
by
was he
Crocker.
able to buy a house because of his new career?
I don't think so,
okay.
but I don't know. I didn't ask him.
That would be pretty cool.
I was just like, I'm not going to ask about his financials. All I know is that I missed his wedding because it was one of those things where like, hey, we're doing a surprise. Like, I'm going to propose to her as a surprise, and I was like, I forgot to put I put it in the wrong month in my calendar. I put it in like November when it was October, and I missed it. And he's like, actually, it was a surprise impromptu wedding. I'm like, God damn it! Oh no! So I missed it, which is the second time this happened to me. I'm
You
not
have
good
a lot
friend.
of things happen to you twice.
I'm a bad friend.
You park in your driveway and not realize it twice.
And have friends who are very caring that I don't respect enough to make sure that I verify that they did what they said they did.
Justin's
Sorry,
the
that
only-
is the biggest BMX bike I've
That's-
ever
that's-
seen
that's-
go across the street.
That's the Big Ripper is what that's
Yeah.
called.
where my dicks go. Justin's the only one without a kid. What's your hobbies?
Kira, my girlfriend, thinks that I have too many hobbies. I play ice hockey. I do this podcast. I golf. I drink with friends. I play
jerking off a
video
hobby?
games. What's that?
Jerking off.
That's a hobby. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a hobby.
That's
It's a life
Breathing and
It's
blinking. Come on.
It's a life requirement.
Yeah, I mean those are my hobbies.
Yeah, I think I've turned all my hobbies into stupid shit I do.
Movies. I go to the movie theater a lot.
Yeah,
Oh, I used to do that.
back in the day.
Yeah. I'm a member of the Cinemark Movie Club. So I get one free ticket a month. If I don't use it, it rolls over. I get
Does it roll
discount-
over?
Yeah.
I can talk to Becky about this.
Discounts at concessions. It's a sweet deal. This is a weird summer. I feel like summer is the time that movies come out.
But there's
and
nothing
there's
really-
nothing out that I want to see right now.
No.
So I probably have 4 tickets rolled over.
Is that Wes Anderson movie out?
Yeah,
It is
finally out.
I
Asteroid City.
looked and there's like only 2 show times. It's like 7:30 and 10. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm not.
The short
I'm not
times
gonna
suck.
go.
They're like, you can come at 4:50 p.m. Like, I'm still working. Or you can come at 11:50. I'm like,
What do you do for work?
doesn't matter what. And
Nice try.
Well, you have
you'll
a-
never get me except for this one episode.
He
And,
saw you coming a mile away.
You have the big Barbieheimer controversy going on right now.
Oh, the Barbieheimer
Yeah, Oppenheimer Barbie.
yeah.
crossover.
I did see a
Speaking
Instagram
of
post where it
crossover.
was just like the most massive gender reveal, and it was just a pink cloud of smoke, and it was like the
But it also
Oppenheimer
destroys
crossover,
Japan.
Barbie crossover finally happened.
And then with
But it
the,
also just
the Mission Impossible with the IMAX screens, they're all vying for IMAX screens.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are my hobbies.
62636 of what's our phone number?
Are you trying to prompt me to wrap it up?
I feel like we should.
Yeah, we probably should.
82836.
We have like a little wrap up that we do
Okay, great.
every episode.
Great.
You want me
I
to
have one
rattle
too,
that
and I
off?
ask one more question I think of as I'm doing it, and we go 20 more minutes.
Okay,
So
perfect. Let me go ahead and just throw this out there. We do have a voicemail line. If you want to call and leave us a voicemail, it'll get played on the show, and we'll react to it in real time. You can call and leave us a voicemail at 323-786-ALOT. That's 323-786-2568. If you'd like your words to be on the podcast but not have your voice be heard, you can always shoot us an email. Our email address is alittleoffthetoppod@gmail.com. Please rate, review, and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to us on, because that'll help us to get more listeners. If you're looking for us on Instagram or TikTok, you can find us at A Little Off the Top Pod. If you're looking for Odd Jason Yankadick, you can find him on Instagram and the Planet Fitness app at Skills the Barber. My name is Justin. You can find me on Instagram and Letterboxd, where I rated this podcast episode a 5 at _red_6_. And then normally I say, I think we did it. Do you have anything else? But you have an
and
outro.
if you are listening at 2 times speed, go back and listen to that phone number again. It was impossible. Slow it down to half speed.
323-786.
Read it like people are taking notes. You know,
323.
Here's a fun fact.
323.
If you call that number, it just calls Justin's regular phone.
It really does.
And it
Yeah.
rings, and he
But
always
you act like it's a fake number, like one of those like ones you subscribe to.
It's a Google number,
a Google
but
number.
they
It's
all forward,
legitimately his number.
They forward to my phone
Okay,
number.
yeah.
So usually
And
he answers.
I'll answer it and be like, "Hey, they're,
Hey, and like, I'm trying to leave you a voicemail. I'm like, all right, call back,
again.
call back, call back.
Exactly. It's a 2-step process.
Yeah, it's like two-factor authentication. Were you calling me the voicemail? Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
So you're in cybersecurity.
Right, exactly.
Hey,
That's what it is. No,
figured it
it's
out.
not. It's not. It's still not. Yeah. So this is a fuck. How do I get out of episodes, Dave? You were there in the beginning. It's been 160 episodes since we did an episode. I remember how it went.
I was drunker then than I am now, and I have no recollection of that
Great.
first episode.
Okay.
Sounds like me. Of last episode.
All right, so I want to thank you guys for appearing on episode 173 of Barley and Me with Jason from A Little Off the Top Podcast, Justin from A Little Off the Podcast,
It was an honor.
Dave Gull from New Helvetia. Before we get out of here, I know you already did your socials, so we'll skip you guys. Fuck yourselves all the way.
Yep. On my way.
I usually do.
Dave, where can people find out more about New Helvetia Brewing? Do you have any events going on?
We now have the food truck going, and so anytime you come here for beer, you can also get food. So
Get the chicken wings.
It's kind of the new version of a brew pub.
Yeah,
right?
which is a COVID staple, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pivot.
And then the socials are at New Helvetia Brew on the Insta, Twit face, and such. So go there.
Yeah, get the food. It's delicious.
Which, if you didn't know, was the original name for Sacramento.
Yeah, New Helvetia.
Oh, I thought you meant Insta Twit face.
Yeah,
That's not what I thought he was saying.
It was Institute Face, and then New Helvetia, and then
It was ahead of its time. Yeah, they knew it was coming out.
You guys are solid on Instagram. I follow you guys, and your posts are very fun. Do fun challenges where the beer tenders will do like a blind pouring test.
Right.
That was fun. They poured beers blindfolded to see how well they did. I think Jen probably did the best on that, right?
Yeah.
She killed it.
She succeeded where most everyone else failed.
Yeah. But no, it's a fun follow.
I learned how to pour beer out of a keg when I was 8 at my lesbian godmother's backyard.
We have
Party.
so many stories to follow up
We are
with you
trying
on.
to wrap
Oh
up.
my god!
Well, this is gonna go. I told him we're gonna do one thing. We're gonna do 20 minutes
true.
side
It's
story.
true.
It's just how it works. Because like, tell me about this food truck. What made you do that? Because in COVID, you had to sell food and you had to make something to make money. And
Anyway,
then
my
you started-
lesbian godmother's friend's house, I
No, it was
learned
her
how to pour.
backyard.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
All right, we should get out of here.
Yeah.
Right. Let's.
I,
All right.
I have more beer to drink.
Yeah, and you can follow me across social media at Barley Me Pod, which now stands for Barley and Me Pod-uctions.
Oh, I love it.
As I do comedy all over the world, Tilted Mash. Every fourth Thursday, Fort Rock Brewing every fourth Friday. I do a show of the VFW Post 67 every first Friday, 6 p.m. Use the promo code veteran for $2 off and member for $5 off. You have to be a veteran or a member of the VFW, otherwise it's stolen valor. We will keep your money and kick you out. You can never return. I'm very much that.
Very shameful.
Coming soon, Moxa Brewing. We're going to do a show. I just onboarded another thing, and I'm very sorry. Oh, yes, Comedy Spot. Beer can comedy. Random Thursdays throughout the month. $1 for specialized beer every time. $10 tickets. Fuck. I've got so many things.
I was gonna
Check
say- I was gonna say-
barleymepod.com. Completely revamped. All the stuff is there. Shut up. Thank you for coming to Mike Kaplan. That was dope. We got a show together in a week and a half, and we sold it out. That was fucking great. Barley Me Pod. That's where you go. And thanks so much for listening. Get home safe.
And those are his hobbies.
Bye for now.
See ya.
Toodaloo.
Peace out, everybody.
Stay hydrated.